Imagine a world where the very magic that sustains civilization has shattered, leaving behind a broken core that leaks chaotic energy and spawns nightmares from the abyss. You are Kalen, a young man whose life is upended when he discovers a forbidden ability, the power to devour magic itself. In a society that fears and hunts those touched by the corruption of the broken core, this gift is a death sentence. Welcome to Devourer, the first gritty, action-packed, and emotionally charged installment in S.D. McKittrick's Broken Core series. If you love dark progression fantasy, unique devouring magic systems, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of rising from nothing through sheer will and forbidden power, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in dark fantasy, blending the visceral terror of a dying world with the profound resilience of a hero who refuses to stay broken. The narrative kicks off with Kalen living on the fringes of society, hiding his nature while struggling to survive in a world ravaged by magical instability. But when a catastrophic event forces his hand, he must embrace the very power he fears to protect those he loves. The atmosphere is thick with the ozone tang of wild magic, the weight of crumbling ruins, and the creeping dread of knowing that every use of his ability brings him closer to losing his humanity. McKittrick excels at capturing the psychological toll of living with a cursed gift, making every hesitant spell, every moment of doubt, and every hard-won victory feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is absolute despair. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular devouring magic trope and the brilliant underdog survival dynamic. This isn't just about leveling up, it's about consuming the essence of your enemies to grow stronger in a world that wants you dead. Watching Kalen reverse engineer his own shattered magic, forge uneasy alliances with other outcasts, and use his unique perspective as a devoured maid to outsmart arrogant elites who've never known true loss is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the magic system to life, making the crackle of unstable energy, the desperate gasps of exertion, and the quiet moments of connection between companions feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular magic and the dark fantasy mechanics, the soul of Broken Core lies in its characters and the heavy burden of hope. Kalen isn't an invincible chosen one. He is a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of leading others when he can barely lead himself. The emotional anchor of the story is the fierce, unbreakable bond between the survivors, a found family bound by shared trauma and a commitment to rebuilding something better from the wreckage. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet conversations around a flickering campfire feel just as impactful as the explosive, reality-shattering confrontations with ancient evils. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A catastrophic surge from the broken core threatens to consume the last bastions of civilization, forcing Kalen into a desperate, high-stakes confrontation that demands he embraces the very brokenness he's been fighting to overcome. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical ingenuity, and raw, unbridled courage. Kalen doesn't just survive the assault, he redefines what strength means, delivering a deeply satisfying, emotionally resonant payoff that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't perfect power, it's the willingness to rise again. Devourer is a triumph of the progression fantasy genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. S.D. McKittrick has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog rising from ruin. Plug in your headphones, steel your heart, and join Kalen. The core is broken, but their spirit is unbreakable.